Yeah, good day. Today we will deal on molding process on foundry. Molding processes on foundry. So we start by definition of molding process. They say it can be classified in a number of ways, but broadly they are classified either on the basis of method used or on the basis of material used. So there are different classification we give on molding processes. The first one will be based on the method used, which is first is bench molding process. Then we have floor molding process, and we have pit molding process, and we have machine molding process. And so then when you want to classify molding process based on the material used, you say sand molding, which comprises of green sand mold, dry sand mold, skin dry mold, core sand mold, cement bonded and molds and sand mold, loam mold, carbon dioxide mold, we have shell mold, we have plaster molding, we have metallic molding. So these are the classifications they give in molding process, which is a process of molding your pattern to get a replica of it on sand mold or any type of mold process you want to use. These are sand mold, we have plaster mold, we have metallic mold, we have loam mold, we have wax mold, we have different types of molding process we have. So now we have to discuss the first one, which is bench molding process. So if you want to mold your pattern, which is the desired shape you want to cast, you can mold it with this technique, which is bench molding technique. So the bench molding technique is the technique you use in molding your pattern to get the cavity you are going to cast. So it's just a technique you use. So the bench mold is a technique, the floor mold is a technique, the pit mold is a technique, and the machine mold is a technique. So all those techniques are still used to get the shape you want in a mold, either on a sand mold or on plastic or on wax or on loam or on cement or on POP, so but you have to use either of these techniques we are going to talk about. So the first technique we'll deal on will be the bench molding technique. So they say this type of mold is preferred for small jobs. You understand? So the whole mold operation is carried out on a bench of convenient height. A typical bench molding process is shown above. Then in bench molding, a minimum of 2 flags, namely cup and drag, are necessary. But in certain cases, this number of flags may increase depending upon the number of pattern surface required. So this is about the bench molding process. So it's always done on the bench, and you must require your cup and drag and other risers, your runner, your ingots, every other thing will be in place, but it's always done on the bench with a good height that you can work with. Then the second one is the floor molding. So this floor molding is a type, it's preferred for medium and large size jobs. As they show above, the floor molding, you can see it has up to 2 cavity there you will be casting. So this 2 cavity requires floor. So most time you can't do it on the bench, you have to do it on the floor because of the size. Then the pit mold, usually large castings are made in pits instead of flags because of their huge size. So in pit molding, the sand under pattern is rammed by bending in process. bending in process. So you ram the sand, you know, with bending in process. The walls and the bottom of the pit are usually reinforced with concrete to withstand the metastatic process of the mold. So that is it about the floor mold. Then we still have machine mold. So they say the main advantage of it is necessary and the uniformity of the casting that can otherwise be only obtained with such time and by use of machine molding machines, it is possible to keep the tolerance within very narrow limits. This fact is especially more important within very narrow limits. This fact is especially more important while proceeding large quantities, as the subsequent machining is thus reduced to the minimum. Molding machine thus prepare the mold at a faster rate and also eliminate the need of employing skilled molders. So it's just about the elimination of work, elimination of labor, elimination of much other cumbersome techniques that can make your molding process a very difficult one. So it's best to use machines. So these machines are shown above. You see, they have types of machine. You have types of machine. You know, the first one is hand ramming machine. We have jotting machine. We have squeezing machine, and we have slinging. So these are the types of machine you use. We also have jot machines. We have squeezer machines. We have jot squeeze machines. We have sand sling. So all those are types of machine you have to use during your molding process. So maybe we can talk about some of these machines. Maybe okay, we'll talk. Let's talk about first the jot machine. They say in this machine the flax is raised to a short distance and then dropped. This sudden action causes sand to get packed about the pattern. So because of the action used in ramming the cope and the drag during your machine process, so that action which the sand packs on the pattern and gives it a squeeze to the mold box walls, so that the sand will stick with the box, then not dropping during lifting, so it will be to the box. Then the squeezer machine are used to squeeze those machines by impact and force. So when you impact force in squeezer, it comes boom with a ram and compress the sand to come together. Then the jot squeeze, it rams and squeeze, rams and squeeze, So it is clear that if the two operations, jotting and squeezing, are combined, it will result in uniform ramming. You understand? So once you combine two of them, it gives you uniform ramming. Then the sand slingers, this machine fills and rams the mold at the same time. In these machines, the ramming is obtained by impact of sand, which move at a very high velocity. So sand slinging throws sand in a very high velocity through the sand slinging machine and pushes the sand into the mold flags where you have your pattern that you want to mold and get shape. So these are the machines pictures you have seen above, and each one has its own its own impact and how it's being used. So that's it about the machine. We still have rock over withdrawal machine. We have turnover withdrawal. So how to withdraw your pattern. So these are the images you are seeing: the stripping plate withdrawal machine, the lift pin withdrawal machine. So all these about machine process. I hope you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our page on Facebook, so that we can get this message to people who really desire to know how productions are being done theoretically, and we can still do it practical if the need is needed. If some people will say, okay, let's make some casting, let's get a pattern, do all this process you have been seeing, we can still do it and get the shape that we want, so that we can start industrialization anyhow we can, the little we can. Let's get something, let's start producing something in our backyard, in our yard, anywhere we are. There's some shapes, there's some design, there's some ornament, there's some things you would like to produce with metal, and you have the raw materials close to you. You can just get it done and know that this is how these things are being produced, and people who do it are human beings like us. So, but now we are still on the theory aspects. When we get to the practical time, we will all see how everything is being done with metal and its processes and foundry technology. Thank you. God bless.